What's up, YouTube? Riptide Reptiles here. Gonna be starting off the first in this series of Leopard Gecko care videos. Today we're gonna be talking about what to look for when buying a Leopard Gecko and how to buy them and just advice on buying them and stuff like that. But first thing I want to do is I want to make a shout out to GTube43, one of my subscribers. He posted not too long ago a post, "Are you ever going to make any videos again?" And I agree. I slacked off for about 4 weeks. I didn't make a video right after I started. I got a little lazy. Swim season started, so I've been going to practice a lot. Been working out a bunch, and so I just didn't have much time. And in my time I did have, I would think about it, I'd be like, maybe I should make a video, and then I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna sit here on my fat ass and do nothing. So he asked if I was ever gonna make a video again, and in the words of SpongeBob, well, here you go. So today I'm gonna talk about when you're looking to buy a Leopard Gecko. First, make sure you want one. Just a little basic care about them, or a little basic know about them, I should say. Sorry. They can get anywhere from, most of the time, 9 to 10 inches. That's that average, with the giants getting up to about 13 inches at the biggest. So they're a pretty manageable pet. You can keep them anywhere from a 16-quart tub, I think, in a rack, or a 10-gallon aquarium, up to a 20-gallon aquarium, or a little larger if you want, but I wouldn't really recommend or see the point in going larger than 20-gallon. But, so they're pretty manageable. Food's pretty cheap, especially if you breed your own mealworms, but they basically eat mealworms and crickets and cockroaches and stuff like that. So they're pretty good pets overall. So just, if you've decided you want to get one at this point. I mean, it's not like when you buy a boa constrictor, you gotta think about, it's gonna get 12 feet long. It's pretty simple. So you've decided you want to get a Leopard Gecko. Second thing is, where do you want to buy it from? Do you want to buy it online? Do you want to go show, or you want to go pet store? I'm gonna give you my opinion on all of them. My favorite is to go to a show and get them. 1, because I like shows. 2, because you get to see them and hold them and check them out and inspect them and talk to the breeder and everything. That's why I would go there. I would get mine from a show. You can also go online to get them. My only problem with that is you gotta pay an extra $40 for shipping, but I do want to get one offline. Like, I've always wanted to order a reptile and get it in the mail. Sounds like a really cool idea, and so I'm probably going to do that. So it's not bad. It's just, if you got an extra $40 to spend on shipping, then go for it. A lot of online breeders, that's the best way to get to them, because they don't always go to every show everywhere. So if they're far away, that's one of your best bets. So go online, because that's where the reputable breeders are. Find yourself a reputable breeder. Don't just go to some dude with an ad on Craigslist. Probably not the best idea. Go someone reputable that's got a lot of reviews and stuff. You can go on YouTube and type in any breeder's name, and there's going to be video reviews about his animals, unboxing videos, stuff like that. And then my least favorite is pet stores. Why not pet stores? Unless it's like a reptile pet store and not just a pet store, a lot of pet stores aren't really known for their care of leopard geckos, or really their reptiles in period, because a lot of them, they take care of a lot of different animals, and reptiles usually aren't their biggest seller, so they don't really concentrate them that much, and they don't really have they look up like quick care. That's usually by misinformed people who it's not good advice, so they don't take the time, because they're going to be selling it soon anyway, so they don't take the time to give it good TLC. So, but that's just, that's not all of them. There's definitely some good pet stores out there, but I definitely wouldn't recommend going to any chain stores because that's just they're really not known for it. But I'm not gonna go into that. But just if I could pick, I would choose a reptile show. Those are the best places. But yeah, so once you've chosen where you're gonna get it from, you want to decide what you're gonna look for when you're getting it. You want one that looks healthy. For one, you want to talk to the breeder, see how they've been fed, see how they've been housed, like what they've been housed in, and then you just want to look at them and inspect them. You want to make sure they've got all their toes and they don't have any stuck shed anywhere on them. They usually want them a little brighter colored. A lot of times they'll be duller colored just because there's a lack of heat if it's at like a show, just because they're in deli containers, so it won't be as bright. But you want to make sure they're being properly cared for before you even think about buying them from wherever you're getting it from. Making sure that they've had proper husbandry is the most important thing. After you've done that, then you want to look it over, make sure it's got no stuck shed, make sure it's got its toes, make sure its eyes aren't glued shut. You want its eyes to be nice and wide. And you want the animal kind of acting alert and being curious. If he's just like looking like he's dead and limp, that's not the best sign, because that probably means he's sick or something. And then you also want to check their, let me see if he's going to let me do this. You want to check their vent, which is right under their tail, and you want to make sure there's no poop around that or stuck shed, because that's also means that they've been having diarrhea, which means they've been having trouble digesting food, which means they probably haven't had proper heat. And it can also mean they're sick and they have parasites if they've got diarrhea. And so that's another thing you want to look for. And then you also want to make sure that they're healthy looking, as in their weight. Like they want a healthy weight. A lot of times breeders, when they sell them, they'll put their weight on there, or they'll weigh them for you. But sometimes sometimes you won't. But you never want to buy a skinny looking one. That's usually, especially if they've been housed a bunch together. Ooh, trying to escape on me. A bunch together means that he's probably not getting his fair share of the food. And would you stop? Here, we'll put you up. But that probably, if he's skinny, crap, didn't take the lid off. But if they're skinny, that means they probably haven't been getting their fair share of the food, or they just haven't had proper heat to eat, so they don't eat, or something like that, or they're really stressed. So, too skittish, Caesar. Gee whiz. So, yeah, but you want to make sure they're not skinny. You want to make sure they have a nice fat tail, shows good hydration, and all that kind of stuff. Make sure they're just skinny and healthy, kind of lit up. Just definitely don't buy a skinny gecko. That's always bad. And another thing you don't want to do is when you go to like pet stores like Petco and PetSmart, places like that, or any, not to name them specifically, because sometimes I've been to, like my Petco, they take real good care of their reptiles, surprisingly. But a lot of places that have bad husbandry, if you go in there, don't do what a lot of people buy, what I've done. Lots of people do it. It's going to be hard to help, but it's just some advice. Don't do a pity buy. Like when you see a poor, sick gecko in there, don't buy it. I know it's hard because you're like, oh, that poor gecko looks like it's going to die. I want to buy him and save him. Everyone does. We all do, but we don't, because if you buy it, that just means they're going to buy another. They're going to get more. Because they're like, oh, all right, we're selling our leopard geckos, let's get more to sell those. So they're not going to try to boost their care or anything. They're just going to think what they're doing is fine. You pretty much want to boycott it. If you buy that one leopard gecko, you're just putting one back in its place. So you're not helping the problem at all. So you might as well just keep it just leave them in there. I know it's sad, but that's what has to be done. But yeah, just don't do a pity buy, because they'll just get more stock and it just makes the problem worse. So just boycott that. But yeah, that's what you want to look for. You want to make sure they've been properly cared for, nice, healthy looking, kind of fat, no stuck shed. They've got all their toes. Their eyes aren't stuck shut with shed or anything like that. Proper husbandry, not skinny, good care. So that's what you want to look for when you're buying a leopard gecko. So rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Keep watching to see more leopard gecko care videos. Next one I'm going to be talking about is probably how to do a cage setup, a basic cage setup for less than $100. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Like I said, rate, comment, subscribe, guys. Riptide Reptiles out.